Hey everybody, this is Grace, and I want to talk about, I haven't made a video in a while. I looked and it said so many weeks, I don't know, about these E-Beggars. You know, this 'tis the season, but they're year round. Some of them, they never go away. They may switch what they, like I said, some of them will switch genres, or within their own genre that they'll change it, like a little different subset or something like that. Some of them, they just become, I don't know what you call them. They call themselves, I think, drama or something. No, I think they're called bashers. That was the original thing for trolls. It's called bashers back in the 80s and 90s. Anyway, at least in the world I lived in. But I haven't said anything lately, but you know, I knew that there's several of them I know, a few of them I would say, but I've seen, and they're still doing it and stuff like that. And there was one that was kind of new, setting it up, going along. Well, she's still setting it up. You know, she basically got busted on her, you know, or too close to being busted, so she kind of changed it up. And then she laid low a little bit. You know, this is kind of typical. And then, but in that little bit of laying low, she did start off another one. You know, she's getting a feel for it. I've seen these so many times since the 1980s. Different, of course, not always on video. We didn't have them back then. I saw one, I think, in the 1990s. But, anyway, she's setting it up, the whole thing, you know, taking her time setting it up, so she has something new to rely on, so her audience can pay for her to sit around the home and not have to work. Okay, at least not much. So, like I said, she's setting it up. And there's a lot of movement going on to the in the car, the SUV next to me, so I'm kind of a little bit distracted. But anyway. So I thought, oh, when I first saw her do it, yeah, that's what she's gonna do. And then she did it again. Yep, she's getting more feedback. Yeah. And people are saying, oh, poor thing. You know, oh, it's so sad that you have to deal with that. So you betcha she jumped on it, and she waited a little while. Lots of stuff. What the heck is going on here? How many people are going to be packing stuff into that SUV? So far, right now, it's 4. So, I thought it might be something for a church, but churches don't let you drink beer, do they? Not any I ever knew. You know, anyway. Got enough noise going on there? Anyway, so yeah, now she's gone and done it. Yeah, she's laid it down firmer, real firm. That yeah, she has a problem. The problem with that is, and I have had this happen to me before. I have seen people do it to other people, lots of other people, not me, not at all. Okay, but they'll steal your ideas. They'll actually steal your ideas. Or steal your thunder, steal your the copycats. I think I've mentioned it. They'll steal stuff from multiple people. I've seen that. And sometimes they'll steal just somebody's actual situation in life, like mine. I have been for over 2 years talking about my medical conditions. And you don't see any PayPal or any of those kinds of things, any way to contact me at all, except for to leave a comment. But yeah, and she's starting to sound like what I'm going through. Yeah, fake. She doesn't know everything. Okay, it's later in the day, and I was waiting for Adam to get out of the grocery store. He had just ran in to get the dog some food after we had gone to Solman's and got herself some barbecue. On the way, he said, oh, I want to get the dog something. Okay, so we had to do that on our way back. And Anyway, so he came out, and it was so rushed that I misspoke probably more than once. Plus, there were these 4 men packing up this small SUV. In the back of it, a whole bunch of stuff. What I mainly saw was water bottles and some beer. But they needed 4 men to do it. Whatever they were packing in there. So, okay. But it was very distracting. It's like you're not going to be distracted by something. But, anyway, so I think I said something like there's a problem with that. No, with, somebody faking an illness. And this is something goes back. There's more than one problem, of course. That's what I meant to say this time. But this goes back at when I first saw, I think, heard about it. It was years ago, because I've been on YouTube for over 10 years. On my original channel making videos. And I've been on before then, just watching. But it was some woman. I didn't even know the genre, or I still don't remember it. I think it was true crime. It could have been true crime. And I was not familiar with it. And I've never been really into true crimes, on YouTube, except for a short while. I was hoping that they would find the victim in one of them, and it never happened, as far as I know. But anyway, whether it was hope to find the victim alive, but the victim was never found at all. But anyway, this woman, I heard about it, or it was, I don't know, suggested to me, because I wasn't into it. I don't remember how it happened that I saw this and found out about it, but it was some woman, probably because I make videos on people like this. But this one I had never heard of before. But she basically, like I said, was at the end of it when people had outed her, and she was telling people she had cancer. And from what, like I said, I came in at the end of it, and from what I remember, she wasn't all that right in the head. Okay, and she did live streams. Seems to be the way that they enjoy doing it. But this, I think, was at the beginning when I first started seeing those kinds that would fake an illness. Come on now, really? There are people out there like me who are actually suffering from something, and we're not here to, not everybody is trying to make money off of it. I'm not. But I know better than to tempt fate. I've said this before, because I have said that, like, when I am judgmental about somebody on something, I'm going to get tested on it. Now, this is not something I want to be tested on. I mean, mine is not fake. Mine is real. Like I was saying earlier, I think, in the video, I've been making videos about it for a couple of years now. I'd say around 2 years. The times I went to the ER in 2023 and had gross stuff happening, and because of my stomach, and not getting, I didn't have insurance, health insurance then, and not getting anybody telling me that all the people I saw 3 times that year, twice in May and once in June, and when this thing would happen, and getting dumb stuff said to me, F at anything at all. Mainly it was crickets. It might as well have been. Crickets would have sounded better, because it was just double talk BS, and I didn't mind sending bills, but then I don't know how many times last year and this year I finally got diagnosed by going to the ER earlier this month. Anyway, people who just what is going on there in their head? They're that lazy, and You know, in some things you can tell that they say things like that they don't have enough money to pay their bills, they don't have enough money to, you know, like electricity, their car, their whatever, and you know, because they just don't have the money, and then they start saying they're so ill they can't work. They're trying to find a reason they can't work, they can't do anything to support themselves, and oh, their audience, oh, I feel so sorry for you. Oh, I know you're going through a lot right now, because they've set up a whole bunch of stuff. And the audience starts paying them. They're just giving them money. You know, it's going to be a lather, rinse, repeat kind of thing. But there will be people who will stay around and out them. Right and left. You know, they get on there, they make the comment. Those comments are seen by, like I saw comments. And I was thinking, you go. You know, you just keep. And it was saying, I'm not letting you say that BS. You know. But some people are so blind they just can't imagine. They see it the same way as the one who's making the video. Oh, those are just haters. They're just haters. That's all they are. They're just trolls. No, they're people who've caught you and pointing out, you know, what you're doing and how wrong you are for doing that. But I don't know what happened to that woman who was, I think she may have actually got arrested. The one that was saying that she was, she had cancer. Because I remember there was a big deal. I didn't watch it, like I said. I wasn't part of that genre. I wasn't into all that. But, yeah, I think she may have actually somehow, some way got arrested for something. Like I said, she wasn't all that right in the head. So, what is that expression that some people use? She's touched. I never knew that. I'm from Texas. I never knew that expression. Somebody was touched until I was probably, I don't know, maybe in my 40s. I don't know. Heard it on TV as touched. I mean, maybe I can figure it out, but I never heard it before. So, anyway, back to this type. You know, they'll say a lot of things, and they'll try to show a lot of things, like that they're so poor that they need money, and you know, they'll say they can't, like I was saying, they can't afford their electricity, they can't pay their rent or their mortgage, or they just can't pay anything, and they're so sick, and all the stress involved and everything like that, and it's all BS. It's just a way to set it up so somebody will pay them. You know, it's just some would call it a scam, some call it, you know, grifters. What else? There's so many names. Con artists, master manipulators, all this, you know. And we don't have groceries. Then why are you gaining so much weight? Well, then again, you know, you can gain weight eating really inexpensive food. I remember there was a time when I was a career student, you know, way back when, and Adam and I weren't together. He had moved to Florida. Not Florida, but California, and I was in Texas. And I was a student, and I wasn't asking him for any money or everything. You know, he was over there working. He was an electrical engineer. And I think that was that time, I mean, over 20 years. But I wasn't asking him for the money that I needed or anything, you know. And I remember eating 99-cent Whoppers. And they had 99-cent Whoppers back then. And a big thing for me was to buy myself a soda. And I was not drinking, and I haven't been drinking anything with sugar in it since I was 25, and I'm 61 now. So, but it was a big thing to me. Oh, it was 25 years ago. No. It was 25 years ago. When I was eating those burgers, because that was whenever they diagnosed me with my rare health condition, and I don't know, I could be mixed, I could be rewriting history here, trying to think about it, because I haven't had anything with sodas with any sugar, anything drink. I don't drink anything with sugar since I was 25. Yeah, 24, 25, somewhere around there. But anyway, the rare health condition, I was saying that she doesn't know at all. Well, she doesn't know what is my rare health condition. So she's setting up a scene, see, because things like can happen to me don't happen to the, people who don't have this rare health condition. And it's a rare health condition. Okay, rare. So it's not going to be just everybody. And I haven't mentioned in years what it is. But so she's adding. Well, she's already gotten caught, because the things she's saying, it's not going to add up right, because what can happen to me might not ever happen to anybody who doesn't have it, and what happens good for them doesn't necessarily happen good for me. So it's not a one-size-fits-all kind of thing, and she's going to use it. She found something, but she can BS. They just go and they block the people who are outing, the lies and all that. Just go get another account. You can get up to how many accounts? Yeah, but these people will work hard at not having to work hard. Just finding the BS. Okay, anyway. As for myself, I've been doing videos. That I went back to work because that's why I was doing these kinds of things, was for the very, very, very short version is I have to work in order to get the affordable health care. I need the affordable health care. I wanted to pay for it myself, just outright each month. Nope, you can't do it that way. Not here. I don't know about there. Not here in Texas. But anyway, I went back to work and I worked. I have to prove that I'm working and how much I'm making, all this kind of stuff. Don't trust me, because I'm not a voice of authority on it. But I know what I was told, and this is what I'm doing. And I worked, and I did one order the first day, one order the next day. And the second day I did it, I think this day after that. But I didn't put the videos up like that. But my body was hurting. I'm just not ready. And the condition that I have, the rare health condition, is what's causing that. But that didn't happen overnight. That didn't happen just in the past 2 years. It's part of the condition, and I've had it since I was a child. So I'm 61, like I said. So it's taken a long time to work up to this point. And now we have to reverse it with physical therapy. And wish me luck with physical therapy, because I've been there. I've been doing physical therapy. But then I won't be able to sleep. There's a whole thing going on there. And I think I've kind of resolved. I've found a way, hopefully, to resolve that issue. And like tomorrow I go for 2 labs. And we'll see what they say with that. It could just throw everything back up in the air again because of yet another situation. Okay, and I don't have a problem saying it, because like I said, you don't see any cash apps or any of that kind of stuff from me. 10 years I've been doing videos. It was 10 years in August, so I guess I could start saying now it's going to be 11 years in August. But yeah, but I also say I don't tempt fate. Don't want to tempt fate. You never know what could happen to you. That is so true in life. Believe me, I have been through those times. When you go, what the, But anyway, I wanted to do the video about, I wanted to do it, I don't know how long ago. And I might have a video that I still have it on my cell phone that I haven't put up. I have a few of those. And it might be in there. That I wanted to talk about this, of how they set it up. That they're going to do something, they're going to copycat, or, whatever. But the nerve of people using their health, you know, that is tempting fate. You know, but you know, somebody who's healthy enough that they can go out there and work, though they want to sit around. You remember that was stereotype of homemakers is just sit around and eat bonbons all day. You know, man, somebody else pay for it. But that's pretty much what it is. Although it's not the spouse paying for it, this is their audience. You know, very, very. You know, some people they wouldn't know that they hadn't watched long enough to see. This is a scam. You know, this is somebody con artist. This is an e-beggar. Whatever is the situation, whatever they are. Because like I said, they have different types. And I don't have the whole list to mention. You know, the charlatans, the drama, their drama. You know, that's not drama. Well, in a way it is. Yeah, but, and on and on. You know, people do so many different things. But, anyway, I think I'm going to wrap this up. It's kind of hurting me sitting here. And that's, like I said, that's part of all this. I'm hoping, I know I'm feeling better, at least for the part that, you know, I went to the hospital and had heart failure. You know, that I'm feeling better. And the weight loss, as soon as I mentioned it, it was going about almost a pound a day. As soon as I mentioned it, it stopped. Go figure. So I'm on the Lasix every day. And that just stopped, but I did eat I mentioned that I ate at this one restaurant that I'm not going to mention the restaurant, but I wanted to see it. It really didn't go down like that. It was that Adam wanted to go there, and he tricked me. Okay. Because basically he wanted to get 2 plates. You know, one for that day, or that day and a half, and then the other day and a half. And I just tried it. I just tried what I like. And about a week before, because it made me gain weight. That was scary, because there's a certain amount, if you gain that, you have to go back to the hospital and all this stuff. And I didn't want to do that, so. But I didn't know what it was going to do. Anyway, I'm not going to ever try it again. Not happening. And it wasn't much either. It was not much. So, anyway, I'm going to go in. I'll talk to you on another video.